Look at that. All right, guys, we're here. So let's do this. Now, guys, put a 1 in the chat if you were ever dumb enough to date a chick that was spending money all the time, right? That doesn't mean that you were giving her money, right? But you would just see this chick just spending money all the time, buying makeup, where shopping was her hobby, right? You know what I mean? She would be like, "Hey, let's go out." And you would think, "All right, let's go for a hike or go to the tennis court." And she'd be like, "Let's go to the mall." And she's walking around all the time. You know? Yes, and the sex was good.
I said, I've been saying for a long time now, the 304s only have 2 hobbies: 1, shopping; 2, banging Chads and Tyrones.
Lifting's the other one.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Ivan, what's up, dude? Lenny's here. What's up, man? Hi, Mysterious. How's it going? Clayton's here. CP is here. What's going on, guys? No, guys, you cannot ever, not just marriage, right? You cannot, in general, associate yourself with anyone who's horrible with money, especially not a woman, you know? Because, guys, they feel entitled to your money anyways. But what's worse, guys, and let me know if you agree with me, these holidays, right? Christmas, Valentine's Day, so whatever stupid anniversary, right? Your 6-month anniversary, your 8-month anniversary, your year and a half. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? And oftentimes they say that it's a 6-month anniversary, like a year. It's like, dude, we're just smashing. You aren't my girlfriend. What are you talking about? You know, guys, they expect you to spend money. Yeah, Alexander says never marry a woman who's in debt. Because you marry them, marry the debt. Facts. Yep. Tom's wonderful. What's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Now, guys, there's a couple of grifts here, right? There's a couple of get out of jail free cards these broads have, right? Number 1 is the whole, oh, well, no one ever taught me about money. No one ever taught me about money. And it's predatory lending, right?
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Or number 2, I was in an abusive relationship and that trauma made me spend money that I don't have, right? And then the other thing now is, guys, is they say that they have ADHD. ADHD makes me spend money. It makes me spend money. If you believe that, guys.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
And it's so funny, guys, because they used to give a lot of young boys all this Ritalin and all this stuff now. And now, guys, young women are getting it now. You know, that's the new audience for Ritalin. You know? And, guys, I don't feel bad for them. You know? I don't.
Sorry. I know I'm piping in a lot here. There's another YouTuber guy, Levi, that he made a great comment that I heard just a few months ago, where these women, they always say that, oh, nobody ever taught me XYZ. Nobody ever taught me XYZ. And why is it that nobody ever taught them how to, clean a popsicle or ride the carousel, but they figured that out, Jill.
Clean a popsicle.
Nice. That's true, man. All right, so where are we? So, guys, this chick right here is going to tell us all about how she has ADHD and how she has to spend. All right. And guys, look at all these dunderheads in the comments. All right, here we go.
Let's talk about how underconsumption is hard for people with ADHD.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
I was diagnosed with ADHD on 3 days ago, but I've always had a really hard time in life. So,
and now every single narcissistic tendency. Every single time she's ever treated someone like trash, every time that she's been inconsiderate is now in her mind validated. You know what I'm saying? Now she feels like she can just lean into being hell on wheels for everyone she knows, you know?
I have 32 years of experience with this. And the hardest thing is that we lack dopamine. People with ADHD are known for either taking risks, overspending, becoming like obsessed with like a TV show, binge eating, whatever it might be. We're just more predisposed to it, I guess you could say. And people talk about little treats, but we tend to go over the edge with little treats. If anyone here knows how to kind of balance that lack of dopamine with underconsumption, but also getting that dopamine you need, I would love to know your thoughts. Let's talk about how
Why don't you try getting a job, a real job, a hard job? Because you guys know who don't over consume, right? Oil rig workers, coal mine workers, guys that are long haul truckers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Guys who work with their hands, guys who have any essential job. You know what I'm saying? Steve with the $5 says, does anyone else tell your family and friends that you're broke so they won't ask to borrow money? I do. Guys, nope, you are obligated to give anyone anything. No thanks. Guys, especially people that are bad with money. Giving someone bad with money is like giving an alcoholic a drink, you know? So thanks for the $5, Steve.
Seriously. Garlic croutons, dude.
Alexander Green says, love your content and thought that I was angry guy. Yeah, people think he and I sound alike. I don't see it. I don't hear it, you know?
Nah, you don't sound nothing
And also,
alike.
yeah, you know, the only reason why that irks me is because I've heard a lot of bad things about him. That he's like a grifter or whatever, and I don't like being associated with that. You know what I mean? Like he is like crypto scams and all that. I don't know about that.
Wait,
so
who is this?
That one angry guy or angry guy, whatever. He has like 54,000 subs. I guess he used to be called like angry something else. He calls himself angry guy or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Black Pill, what's up, dude? Guys, I'm gonna drop the link for anyone who's come on up, guys. It's a call-in show, guys. So hit man. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure. What's that?
No, I'm sorry. I was just laughing. I'm sorry.
Oh.
But yeah, so we have a
AJ, hold on. So Michael J29, AJ and I, we're twin brothers in real life.
Yeah,
that's why we sound the same.
Yep. Yeah.
We're literally identical twins.
Let's see. Henry, what's up, man? Lucas is here. Vintage is here. For real is here. Let's see. Red Door, what's up, my friend? But yeah, guys. If there's one thing that I dislike is people who scam and grift. It drives you crazy, right? Because that's our space in and itself, right? We have a hard enough time staying afloat with the 1-3% that cause a lot of infighting. The YouTube algorithm hates on us. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I like to keep a nice open space where people can, say things, collaborate, let stuff out. You know what I'm saying? You guys won't ever see me selling any ebooks or courses or any of that foolishness. So, and for all you guys that donate, that have memberships, and that hit up the Cash App, guys, I appreciate every single donation. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much. Here we go, guys. So, guys, she has $30,000 in debt. What? Is she talking? Wait, what? How I got... She says, okay, wait. So she put it all over here. She said how I got into $30,000 in debt, and now I'm paying off the $9,000. Okay, here we go, guys. She put everything that I just said. I lived in 2 different worlds: financial security and extreme insecurity coming from a divorced family. Money was always an issue, and my grandfather took us in and taught me everything I know. Please look at that. Look at that, man. Oh, here you go. Comments.
Let's
guys.
talk about how
Look at this. This person says, I'm 42. I was diagnosed about 6 months ago. Guys, we have 104 people watching. We have 65 likes, guys. Make sure to hit the like button. Let me do this, guys. We will have a goal. We do 120 likes or 10 super chats or 2 memberships, guys. And we will go to 3 or 4 TikTok, guys, as usual. So, guys, make sure to hit the like button. Hit the super chat button if you choose to, or hit the membership button, guys. Hit the join button. So, okay. So look at that. I've been a shopping addict since I was a teenager. Please look at that. I'm old poor and I was late diagnosed. I window shop for hours, a whole afternoon. Look at that, guys. Window shopping, please. Come on, man. All right.
What is your biggest spending trigger?
Guys, isn't it crazy how these knuckleheaded 304s
Just make
will
up
come
words.
with all these, with all these buzzwords, right? What's your biggest spending trigger? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? God of the Sea, what's up, dude? Eric Hellman, what's going on? Caffeinated Acrobat, what's up, man? MGTOW to Asia, yeah. Hey, man, nice name, dude. Guys, I'm going to do a Passport Bros episode here pretty soon. So I'll let everyone know in the Discord when that'll be coming so we can plan that, okay?
Like something that just sets you off and you're like, I need to go on a shopping spree. I need retail therapy. I just need to get out of the house and spend money. And I can go first. My sense of loneliness has been a huge problem for me over the past few years, to the point where it's almost like an impulsion to get out of the house and have an excuse to go run an errand. I'm battling it, but I know it's an issue and it leads me to spend money that I do not have.
Colin, Doug APA, how old do you think this chick is? She's what, early 30s, right?
Yeah, she looks like 31, 32.
If she had got married younger, right? If she had been married at like 22, 23, you know what I mean? Had a family, I guarantee she wouldn't have to worry about this,
Yeah, she would. Because remember, these modern 304s, they'll spend their husband's money, they'll spend their money, they'll spend the government's money.
What I'm saying is that if this was like
money.
the 60s, right? You know what I'm saying? Guys, okay. People seem to think that somehow that society has evolved past traditional marriage. Guys, when you make like, I think it's over $250,000 a year, the divorce rate drops to like below 18%. Asians, small hats, Indians, and Nigerians are the most successful people, and they're all married. So why is it that the people that are doing the best in society have more traditional marriages? I honestly believe that just like the whole ethnism concept in and of itself, guys, remember, okay, if the majority of women were anti-suffragettes back in the day, and they were, how did the ethnists get the 19th passed? Because they had rich industrialists and politicians pushing this because they wanted women into the workforce, and they knew that back then married women didn't spend money. Single women, you could squeeze as much cash out of them as possible.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny how that works, guys? You would think that seeing how far that society has come with traditional marriage being a thing, you think that the people at the top want to have traditional marriage with a woman in a traditional woman's place and a traditional masculine man, you allowing people to move up, you think that they want that around still? No. I mean, think about that concept. Why would you want the middle class and working class people to join households, join families, you know what I mean, have extended families, have multiple kids, you know what I mean, and have less bills? Yeah, what? You know, they want to keep people separate, and they want to keep these women separated from men, which, hey, we're all good with, but because they can squeeze every single cent out of these knuckleheads. You would have never seen our mom's generation or our grandma's generation buying $20,000 Birkin bags. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Flying to freaking Dubai to let Sheikh Mahmoud, you know what I'm saying, drop a deuce on them so they can go buy a Birkin bag. You know what I'm saying? Look at that, guys. And the very idea that they would try and incentivize people to have more kids to save our civilization, right? These steel force are so selfish.
How dare you?
You know what? Guys don't even want them anymore. Guys, I'm never having kids. Oh yeah, gotta see. There's no downside for us men. Guys, all this feminism did. See, I've had I forget who it was, but I would say men minding their own business. I said, guys, us men just need to check out. See, MGTOW is more actively avoiding chicks, but guys, I just say men minding their own business. Just be indifferent and apathetic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't engage, guys. Don't engage. Because, guys, we're going to hit a tipping point, right? Where society is going to crumble enough to where something's going to have to happen. And someone goes, yeah, but AJ, that's going to make society crumble. Oh, well. Guys, men built the Titanic. Men had the rudder. Women decided to grab the rudder and kick the men off to the lifeboats. And the men are saying, hey, there's an iceberg ahead, right? And just like that knuckleheaded broad who crashed the Black Hawk, she said, are you trying to mansplain to me?
How dare you?
Right? And then the Titanic hit the iceberg, and guys, we just got to watch it sink. You know what I'm saying?
You saw that one helicopter crash where they found out that the co-pilot was an instructor and instructed her to go one way, and she didn't do it, and then they ran it.
So if he was an instructor, he was a higher ranking officer too.
Yep.
So she disobeyed his order. Guys, I did drop the link for anyone who wants to come on up. So let's hit the StreamYard button. Yep.
Or money that I'm wishing to just like keep in the bank. But it creates a cycle of like me feeling lonely, me having to go out into public, buy something, even though that's kind of isolating too. Like you're not talking to too many people when you shop, at least for me, because I am an introvert. But hey, my name's Nicole, level of debt, which was $30,000 in credit card debt. If you're interested, I make a bunch of other videos asking questions like this where I have learned so much from others, and hopefully you will.
So in other words, guys, she's saying,
And I'm just trying to tell you that I have mental health issues. I'm extremely distraught.
well, let me
I feel like my whole life is ending.
You know what I'm saying? And guys, get a hobby. You goof. You know what I mean? Because these modern women are so boring. They don't do anything. They have no hobbies. They don't do anything constructive. Look at that.
Credit card debt you've ever been.
Okay.
What's the highest amount of credit card debt you've ever been in? I can go first. About 2 years ago was the lowest point that I've been in my adult life.
Here comes a sob story, guys. Get your violins ready.
Depressed. I was anxious. I was binge eating. I was everything that was a hot mess express here. I gained 40 pounds within 1 year, and I had the biggest impulse to get out of my house and be social, meaning that I would go to TJ Maxx and go spend money I did not have. I hated what my life was at the time in my changing body, so I just bought so much clothes that like I don't even know what happened to them. They all went to like the donation pile.
Look at that.
I ended up in $30,000 of debt, and I have paid off $21,000 of that, which means I have $9,000 remaining. At the time, I was making a lot more money while I was paying off some of this debt. So this $9,000 has been the hardest part to pay off. It's like it's right there. It's within my grasp, but it's just so far away.
Now, guys, hold on. Let's see what she.
I'm honestly shocked, even though it's just been.
What's the highest amount?
Okay, guys, look. Let's look at some of the comments here. Okay, look at this. This chick says she's an old broad too. She said 34,000. I'm credit card debt free, so she had $34,000. Chick said 11K. Look at this. This chick said 17,000. My ex stopped paying child support and I couldn't afford aftercare. Look at that, guys. Over 15,000, 12,000, 17,000, 7,600.
I had a former female friend in 2 years put $80,000 on credit cards.
Damn.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
And how she did it, she would just meet up with her girls and just pay for these $400 or $500 checks. They had this big house, so they had to buy and none of the windows were regular size colors, sizes. So she wanted these like expensive blinds and had to have them custom fit. So she literally spent like $17,000 on blinds for their house.
What?
Yeah, but 2 years put us up $80,000 credit card debt. And she's like, my biological father died, and then my adopted father died, and I just felt like I was worthless. So I was making up for it by spending money. Didn't even tell her husband.
Wow.
He found out after the fact. Yep.
Look at this. 22,000, 4,000, 30,000, $120,000. What?